So yeah, I am such a lazy person that I can't even just play this game. Considering last time I played was like 4 months ago, and I didn't even title it, edit the video. Um, but I've been trying to see if I could climb last season. I want to make a video of me climbing. As you can see, I've been performing really well. Like we had 0 issues in the last season. All our games went perfectly. Um, Arguably based on what you call good, like the Drake is nice, but running it down as Yuumi is not ideal, and keep getting caught alone. And for some reason I didn't know how to play top and I kept killing myself. But if you disregard all of that and all of the defeats, we did pretty well. Okay, I didn't do amazing, but here's my solution. I do want to actually be good at this game. So what you see here on the screen is my reps counter. I will, for this season, even though I've already been procrastinating this video for a month, try to, once in a while, we'll just play one of these games, and I will do my best to not die. Hey, nice. And then for each death, we will we will then add a rep to the reps counter, and based on how many deaths I have, that many reps we are gonna be doing. So the real discrepancy here is I'll be using the One Punch Man workout. So for each death, we'll be doing that many push-ups, sit-ups, and squats, and then a run that I will equate to being the amount of reps will be the amount of minutes I have to run times 2. So I think that should be reasonable, especially if I can keep it to my goal of 5 games per video. I'm probably gonna have to do more if I actually want to climb, but time-wise, that's what I can make for now. As you can see, I've also now put it at -1, and that's because we got 10 assists. So each 10 assists, we reduce that reps counter by 1. So we are also not just hiding away in the base. I am queuing both top and support. We just had a perfect game with 0 deaths because I had a Yunara, even though she hadn't played before apparently, was kind of smurfing. And here we also have an amazing Nyla. So what my goal is in my head, my game plan is I need to save all my mana to conserve for healing. My attempt at communicating that we do not need to worry about the enemy team because the enemy bot lane is actually has 0 mana each. Like, we have totally drained them, so this trick should be free. I did not consider the fact that the mid laner would come down and just kill us. Luckily, Veigar chooses to come visit at some point. Again, Nyla's kind of just trying to smurf on these guys. Vayne does get away, but as we try to suicide on the tower, he does use his flash. Because I am not looking at the map at all. So with that, we are finally at positive reps in our counter. And we were going pretty well. And we were definitely gonna make a comeback at this rate, right? Right? This is not getting worse. Okay, never mind that game. So we finally got a Yuumi top game, and of course people are gonna be flaming. Considering we had 2 good ADCs, I can't make the claim that I'm playing top to avoid bad ADCs. My argument for not playing bot lane, at least for climbing early, is in low elo, you're too likely to make mistakes. There's too many mistakes to be had. So if you, by being a Yuumi on a bot lane, especially in early game, you are just putting the double amount of risk onto that ADC to having to play better, which I don't think is a fair assumption before you get to like mid to late game where fights are a bit more reasonable, I would say, and your healing power is actually relevant to keeping people alive. But yeah, we go top into Yasuo, which I think goes fine. I do run Pristy attack for some kind of damage amount. If I want to be able to kill people, I do need to run Ignite, but I am choosing to play fully defensive. So just like heal exhaust, and we're playing full support for late game, and all our killing potential comes from being ganking, not being ganked. Why I'm being ganked here, I could not tell you. They do not have the killing potential on me, especially with both my summoners. I do miss my Q, expecting them to try to run away. I did not know what they were doing. I was expecting one of them to go at least go in. I get ganked a bit later. Briar is doing fine. I am trying my best here, but I kind of mess up on my Q as well as my auto attack. One really annoying thing is because we're not using Ignite, the Yasuo can actually ignore me at this point in the game. Briar does cancel her recall, which is really sad. But I keep missing my what's it called? My Qs. But for the most part, we seem to be doing pretty well. The Yasuo is definitely getting a bit tilted at the fact that he's actually not winning this lane. And here I am fully minion blocked. I know her ultimate hits, but the minions are just in the way, and my ultimate immediately just goes the opposite direction. I do want to remind you that my ping is horrendous, as in I actually trash. Luckily, at least for auto tagging, that's not the worst thing in the world, but everything that takes my reaction time is impossible. I don't know if you can see it in the actual video. I'm looking at the screen from inside my editing software, and this looks, I can't read anything that's not zoomed in. But yeah, he totally ignores the fact that we are taking it, that we took the camp. Sorry, what's it called? Voidlings, and just keeps attacking the tower. We just have to focus on getting Yasuo to die, and then I can focus on healing Briar. I'm lucky that my ultimate gets up right there. So now we are officially 1-2 into. Sorry, it looks like a 1-2 from my screen, but wait, let me zoom in actually for myself. Yeah, 1-0-2. So 1-0 into Yasuo. You can see that he's starting to get really aggro now. He's not happy with the situation. he takes every opportunity to try to poke me with his tornadoes, but I'm kind of hoping for him to like hit one and use his ultimate to actually try to go in, because I have that. Sadly, I didn't hit my slow correctly, so he actually gets away with it. Here I should be backing, but I see Briar and I'm like, okay, I can bait this guy. He's so mad. He wants me dead. So even though I can't save my tower, and for me that's pretty fine since I am actually not that useful. So I want to get out of laning phase so I can start helping in the map. It does help me a lot here that Yasuo also goes to mid lane as to not actually abuse the fact that I'm no longer there. I try my best to survive here. Vayne comes, and I almost believed this, and I die while Vayne doesn't. I try to jump to Akali, but if you look here, I am hit mid-jump by the Yasuo Q. Like the most absurd possible kill. I'm actually still mad about. Like, that's so dumb. I could have survived by staying on Vayne, but I could not have known that. The redemption I found is really nice with Briar on the team, because you can just insta redemption wherever the her ultimate is, or wherever on top of the champion when she's dashing. It's basically a guaranteed redemption, which is lovely, even though it might not heal that well. But yeah, as you see, Briar is like a bit crazy. the full disrespect, she ignores both towers and runs straight after Katarina. I actually loved our Briar. She was hilarious. But like, considering this is a top Yuumi game, you can't see it at this point, which is one of my. I don't feel like it is that bad. Like, Briar gets caught out here, and I don't have anything I can do. Probably the worst thing here is that we actually commit to this fight that was 3v5 as soon as Briar dies. Considering he's cut out, it was kind of a guaranteed 3v5. So that was kind of bad for us. We do get a direct fight here. Rel jumps in, and nobody has any damage potential on her. But as soon as the rest of the team jumps in, because Rel is stuck in the pit, she actually can't defend anybody. So we get a really easy fight. Yasuo still really wants me dead. I guarantee you. I've sped up the video because I'm not good enough of an editor to solve like 5 hours of gameplay into an editing clip. So I just speed everything up and speak instead. Briar gets another really nice jump in. But this trade doesn't really work out for us this time around. In my head, we need to defend this, and I kill myself immediately, which was so dumb. I should have stayed on Nautilus and just hoped that I could help Bane do something here. But no, that's a loss. We go back to support the next game with Jinx, a more typical game, I would say. Leona instantly wants us death, and she just gets to get away with that. She ignites and everything, and she stays in 1 health. We could have killed her if we just kept auto attacking, but I tried to survive instead and get onto Jinx. For anybody who doesn't know, the reason CC heavy champions are really annoying for Yuumi is specifically due to her W actually being reliant on not getting CC'd. Like, my W goes on cooldown if CC'd, meaning you cannot jump onto anybody. When we are playing support, there is just no killing potential here. For me, I'm just support, and that ultimate is just clean, like 0 complaints. I've only had good ADCs in my what's it called? Is that premix? It's primary games or something? That's the name for the 5 first games where you get placed. Placement games! That's it. And I can't queue for the life of me. I'm still gonna blame my ping of like 300 plus every game. But yeah, that kind of just comes with the field. I do prioritize surviving as much as possible. I'm just not good at it. I do disrespect people too much. I should just stay in Jinx for most of the game, but our Tryndamere have been doing really well. Our team is, for the most part, actually playing amazingly here. I don't have much to complain about. I think Jinx was a bit bad at CSing, but her timing awareness, or whatever I should call it, was actually really nice for the most part. And we get another free dragon. I'm speaking way too fast. I don't have the breath for this. But yeah, as it stands, we're just relying on Tryndamere and Jinx doing as much damage as possible. I haven't seen Lux do anything this game yet. She does have a really nice ultimate here, I believe. Hecarim is not sure what to do. I get to slow him, and that's a really nice end off. We get chased by a whole team here, getting cut out, and somehow this doesn't turn into Tryndamere dying. Like, we actually get to turn this around because he survives because of his ultimate, and I just make it in time with my ultimate to keep him alive a bit longer. So we are getting ready for another Drake fight. I run up ward. I almost get cut out, but Lux actually stands and keeps an eye on me. Lets me jump over the wall, or else I would have been dead, which would definitely have lost us the Drake here, which would have been horrendous. Another horrible Q for me. I just assumed that he would go towards the tower for survival. We do get stunned here, which is really horrifying, and I'm just jumping from person to person. Trinamir dies, everybody dies. I couldn't decide who to target, and I end up queuing nobody. I'm kind of surprised that Luck survives that, but I do my best to just ignore it. Ignore the Hecarim, I mean. And here we really want to start a Baron, and Trinamir is kind of just killing people one by one, and we kind of get a free Baron after killing every person trying to contest us one by one, and bring us down to 15 reps after our third game with an actual victory. So I finally get my mid game. So I change from top to mid because after our top game, I realized in the new season we have these quests that I assume everybody's familiar with at this point. And the top one gives you a TP, which is absolutely useless as a Yuumi. Like it allows me to back once on my own, but like to TP to somebody is just not a good way of going about anything. So I go to mid because we get upgraded boots, and one thing I experienced last season was I would not buy boots Yuumi except if we won the what's it called? That was the small challenges that your team competed about for increased boots and stuff. There I realized that the cooldown reduction boots are actually really nice on Yuumi. But so mid actually allows you to get those, which makes it kind of worthwhile. Here I do let Viego die once, and the most hilarious thing happens here. I cannot get onto Viego, so I just leave him to die. And this guy runs for his life and somehow just survives everything. Like he just ran through the whole enemy jungle and I just got to push up, which was very convenient for my Ari is probably getting a bit annoyed with the fact that I am getting kind of camped by Viego here, and she is not getting her kills, and I'm still kind of trading with her on equal footing. Oh yeah, Jax, I just need to ping Jax a bit, and Diana just run directly into this. Here I get a bit over my head because I know Viego's right there, so I feel like if I can just survive, we can come in and we can get a kill on her. But at some point, like, I don't scale in a 1v1. As soon as we get to level 6, Yuumi just dies to everybody in any situation possible. I only have survivability for the first 5 levels, and then I have to hog a tower constantly. For the early game, you can actually win a fight with Yuumi and you can have favorable traits. The other person has to be really bad for that to be possible late game. At this point, Viego is actually just going around collecting heads. We try to help Jax out here. This turns into a whole fight. We do actually get Jax out alive. Not alive, as you see. But here I get the first warning sign of Ashe just leaving the fight with full health and still mana enough to like do something. Considering she's an ADC, I kind of treat her in the mindset of you can also help out even if you don't have what's it called, mana. Luckily here we turn it. Jax makes it in time to pick up another kill. I definitely see Jax as a good viable option as somebody to sit on, but I do have the issue of I do have what's it called? I do have my passive on Viego, and trading that to a new champion is just takes the whole game, and it's not worthwhile. So I try my best to sit on Viego for the game. Jax do get caught out of it. That was this really interesting decision of using the Rift Herald into the tower instead of using it to survive. And oh yeah, this is where I kind of discovered how nice it is to have boots. I can actually outrun people. But they ran after me. They just continued. Brand had the amazing save, and he comes in and saves me for a second time. I should have been so that Brain is now my MVP. I don't care how everybody else has been actually carrying our team. Brain is the reason I'm doing well now. And yeah, Viego is kind of cut out here, but nobody catches him as long as I have my shields. We do an easy fist. We call people are still around Drake, and we make it to the second fight. And now we just all in. Braum do get a lot of CC hits in here, and our team is kind of caught off guard. Jax does go kind of MVP and just kills everybody for a quadra kill. And at this point, the game is kind of just over. Uh, like, we do have the issue of Jax clearly being a bit too excited about taking fights. Like, he's slow here, and in my head, he really doesn't need to be. It is just a risky fight, but we can officially just like go 3v3 with a Yuumi, and here he just takes the all-in under the 2 towers for no reason. Ash runs away this time really fair. I would wish for her to like help me, but I cannot argue that would put her in danger. And here, her support is just, hey, here's an ability, and she just runs away. I think that one was really dumb. I got a bit mad here. Like, Viego and Jax can both like like, yeah, they can 3v5 with me and then a supporting other guy. So that was like a bit annoying. That was the third time I think that game that she just hadn't pulled her weight. Sylvia gets a really annoying kill. Brain doesn't actually kill her, and her spell shield heals her up. And that's actually just the end of the game. Viego tries his best, but mid Yuumi did not work out. So yeah, 2 wins, 3 losses, and I do feel like both our top and mid game did go well. It was just annoying how they turned out. But I don't think that Yuumi actually held us back in particular, so I'm actually not too unsatisfied. I'm just really unhappy about the result there. I think I do blame Ash a bit. But yeah, so I am doing my reps of push-ups and sit-ups and squats. So 20 of each. So one of the other features is if we have a defeat, we do multiply the amount of reps for that game. So the amount of deaths are multiplied by 2 to like disincentivize losing it all.
What? Hey, what? 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 I'm going. Not self. Take another path next time.
Fun is arguable. Yeah, a dog was kind of after me that then, which was a bit unfortunate. And yeah, GG's well played.